Hello, everybody. Make sure.
So it'll be your
Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, Erica, how are you?
I love your background. It's really pretty. It's all mermaid-like. It's so pretty.
It's like a I don't know. It's just a curtain that I put up in my office, but I liked it, so
Hey, my backdrop. Well, I'm in my quarantine look, so I'm not gonna share my video. But yeah, we're stuck in the bedroom, so.
hey, this is my quarantine look too. I got my cutoff t-shirt. I don't even care.
Oh Lord, girl, you look like $1,000,000. You just don't know, and I'm not proving it.
You're so funny. Oh, it's funny. Hey, everybody, welcome. Oh, man, this quarantine, y'all, it's got my entrepreneurial spirit like I need to get out of here. But that's okay. We got this. We got this. Give everybody some time to hop on. Hello, everyone. Hey, Tanya. What's up, girl? She said, hey, hey. Okay. While you guys are hopping on, if you don't mind saying power hour time or something on your timeline as far as that goes, just, you know, getting that power hour on, something along those lines. That way, you know, your customers and your team know that you are dedicating time to your business and pushing yourself as far as you can. If you have any new people, this is a good call to have them on too, as far as like building the business. Because I'm going to be talking tonight about organization and how to keep things going in your business and keep everything organized when you're balancing out your family and your business and all of that fun stuff. So if you have any, go ahead and get in your messenger and tag them in it to go to Tru Power Hour, the link, or even tag them in, you know, one of your groups if you have the link in there, because I'm going to be helping out as much as I can to get everybody as organized as possible. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay. So it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want you guys to just take anything in that you can. I'm going to kind of go over a little bit of what I've been doing during this quarantine time. I've noticed that my life has become a little bit more hectic in the fact of I'm trying to balance out. Now we have like our kids schooling, and we usually don't have that, so we usually have time to put towards our business or, you know, kind of just what should be done and what we should not be procrastinating on. I see myself kind of lagging a little bit, so I hope you guys can hear me good. If you have it, Dee or Melissa, can you give me a thumbs up that I'm not lagging? Because I can see you two really good. Or Sandra, give me a thumbs up, guys. I need to know I'm not lagging. Can you guys hear me? Kind of? Okay. All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Is anybody on Wi-Fi? Because I need the Wi-Fi. Okay, guess what I had to do? I had to get all my family off their devices because everybody's on Wi-Fi. So we had to get that off. Go. So there's that. Another organization tip is getting everybody off of Wi-Fi. So, okay. All right. Treat your business as a true business and dedicate an office or workspace. So you want to make sure that you have a particular place in your house and that you can work from that space. Whether it be on, you know, like right now, my office is in my sunroom. But that's a space that I can come to. I can shut the door and I can shut everything out, and it's just easier to manage in that way. If you don't have an office, you can, you know, go to a certain part of your room where you can just set up a table and a desk and work from there, work from your bed, work from your couch, work from somewhere that you're not going to have the distractions of what's going on around you. We need to be able to treat this business like it was a 9-to-5 business, but being able to do it in a timely manner, as in, you know, an hour here, 2 hours there, you know, being able to define our sense of freedom, right? Because that's why we started a business, is to become successful and to be able to have time freedom. So, yeah. Oh, it's still bad. Sorry, guys. Okay. Hopefully it'll get better. Okay. This is definitely something that you guys need to do as far as your business, is investing in some type of office equipment, especially if you're 1-star or above. You know, make sure that you have a decent laptop. Make sure that you have, you know, a decent phone. A decent way to work from that space, and the best part about it is they're tax deductible. So your accountant can write them off at the end of the year. So make sure you're taking advantage of that, okay? Create content or make someone else's your own. So your time that you're investing in your 2 to 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours a day into your business should be utilized with creating content. You can use like pic collage. You can grab any of the stuff that we have in our back office and create different types of material to be able to share on your social media, to be able to share just sending it out to friends. A great thing to do when you're in a public place, if you have an iPhone, is to share a picture with anybody that's around you at the time. So like say, not during this time, obviously, but like say I was at my kid's football game, and I got on there and I saw that there were so many people that I could share something with, and they were all strangers. I will take like a content that I have and share it over to their phone. I don't have to know them for them to see it, but it's just a free ad that we're able to put out there. So make sure that you're creating enough content to generate traffic. And what I mean by that is the content that you're creating needs to have an appeal to it. It needs to have something that's going to make people stop and, you know, look really good for an after. Really great words that are like bold and pretty, and different things that are going to catch people's eye and make them click on it. So I utilize them for like my stories, for instance, my Facebook stories or my Instagram stories, pulling those different things that are going to catch people's eye and make them tap on it and click on it. So creating any type of content is huge. If you see something you like from another associate, don't be afraid to screenshot it and put it on your own or make it your own in a way of, I mean, I have people message me, you know, oh, hey, your post caught my eye. Can I utilize it? I guess you can. Just, you know, create it, make it your own, and kind of go from there. So make sure that you're utilizing your time to create content. Build your profile and your customer base to draw in. So basically, the content that you're creating, you're going to put it up on your social media, right? So you want your social media to be very clean and very nice and just something where the immediate reaction of somebody is to trust you. And I can't really tell you how huge that is. I mean, I just closed a sale 2 days ago within literally an hour of knowing me. She she met me, messaged me, talked to me, and then an hour later, she's ready to give me her credit card information, her, like, all of this information that I'm like, oh my gosh, you just met me. But what I did to start off the conversation is I said, you know, I want you to dive into my social media. I want you to get to know me. I want you to be able to trust me. And that was one of the very first conversations that I had with her, is just telling her, hey, listen, I want to get to know you. I want you to get to know me. And I'm asking her all about herself and telling her a little bit about me, and brought myself back to my struggles and what I went through with weight loss. And to where when she was ready to purchase, she was like ready to purchase and got, you know, almost $200 worth of product right then and there in an hour because of social media and just trying to figure out that, okay, now that you're my friend, she is able to like get to know me in that way. So that platform is huge that we have to be able to let our customers get to know us. And that's the only way for them to get to know you is through your profile and through your social media. So it's important that you're doing things like I'm going to talk about a little bit later, the different posts that you're doing to make people know who you are and to generate that type of trust and that type of interest in what you have. All right. You also want to know, like, who is your clientele? Who is it that is purchasing from you? With Tru Vision Health, we have an opportunity to give our products to really anyone that needs them. So it's important that we know what our products do, and it's important that we know what ailments that we can help with. So for instance, if I have a friend that, you know, one of my friends just had surgery, and she was like, I'm worried about my scars not healing up good. And it's like, girl, I got a product for that. Just and promoting the mend in that way that I can tell her, hey, listen, this is basically a natural Neosporin, and it's going to just help you. And we want everybody to know what we have to be able to give that to them, right? So you can reach any market at all with really anything that we have. I'm pretty sure there's not been an ailment of any of my customers or anything that they have personally had a problem with that I didn't really have a product for. I mean, if you dive into our products, we have so many. So it's important to know who your clientele is and know what it is that they need. We want to make sure we're not immediately promoting the weight loss to them, because yes, that is something that we are known for, but not everybody needs weight loss. Maybe they just need to have natural products because they're really crazy about the cleanliness of their house, or maybe they are really big oils people and can see the difference in our pricing versus others. And, maybe they are, can benefit from the ubiquinol and they have heart problems and all this other stuff that they can benefit from other things that we have. So it's important that we define ourselves, as we always say, as a health and wellness company, to be able to bring to them anything that they might need. So you want to make sure that when you're doing that, you're generating the conversations daily with these clientele. So if they don't purchase right away, like that lady did for me, right? The other day, she purchased within an hour of talking to me. We all know that not everybody is like that, right? So we know that it takes some people months, sometimes even years, to bite the bullet and purchase, right? So it's important that we have those conversations daily to build that trust. It might not even have to be daily, as long as you're popping in and checking on them. And what I mean by that is when you're green dot messaging, which I'm sure, and you see who's on and you talk to them, okay, going into your messenger and doing that, click on their profile before that and see what their latest post was. Maybe it was their daughter's Easter dress that she just got, or maybe it's a post of their puppy, or maybe it's a new job that they received, or maybe they have something that that they've posted recently that you can use and say, hey girl, I'm just popping in here to check on you. I saw that dress that your daughter had the other day for Easter. That's so cute. Where did you get it? I have for me, they would know I have 3 boys, and I would say, I have a niece that would look so cute in something like that. And just make sure that you're having those conversations with them, because it's going to generate that level of trust and that level of conversation. If they don't, at that point, it might remind them to purchase. If that doesn't remind them, that they said that they wanted to purchase, then come in, maybe put them on a list of, 7 days later or 4 days later, and come back into them. If you have a calendar on your phone, that's a great way to follow up with them. If you're talking to Susie Q, you had a good conversation with her, but she had to run, then pop in, put it in your calendar on the 14th, message Susie Q, right? And check on her. Or, whatever you have in that form. If you're a writer, if you're a typer, I'm a typer. I don't super like to write a whole bunch of stuff out. So make sure that you're generating those conversations. Creating a sense of urgency and personalizing your messages is huge when you're following up. And I say that because there's a such thing as too much follow-up, and I know if you've heard me talk before, you've heard me talk about that. But people want, typically, human nature is you want what you think everybody else wants, honestly. So if you are in Messenger and you're the one doing all the typing, and you're the one that's like, hey, Susie, I have a great product for you, and you have like this huge long message, I guarantee you she's not reading it, especially if it looks very sales pitchy. So personalizing them in Messenger is huge. Also, the sense of urgency is like, hey Susie, I'm just popping in here to chat with you really quick. I have to talk to I don't know, my pest control guy is coming here soon, and I need to get with you. I have to sign up. I only have 3 spots open today. So let me know if you're interested. If that is, if it's somebody that is taking a long time to order because they need to get that sense of urgency from you. Hey girl, are you ready? It's not rude, but it's basically letting way. You don't have to have your upline, you don't have to have your sideline, you don't have to have anybody. You just have to have the willingness to do it. And it's amazing that our company offers endless signups, because you essentially can be your business. But putting the time into building yourself, building your people that you sign up, and making sure that they have the proper knowledge to build the others, who build the others, who build the others. So it's important to make sure that you do that. Yes, fine line between checking in and bugging someone. Huge. It's huge. Sorry, you guys. I have no idea what's going on with my connection. Crazy. Anyways, I hope it works itself out. Make your essential tasks a priority. So do the work that matters for your business first. And those are follow-ups, messages and conversations, generating hype around your opportunity, generating hype around the events and things like that are hugely important. If you're not posting all the time, which I'll talk about that in a little bit too, then you're not getting enough out of your business, because people need to see you to know you exist. So don't stay in the background and think that your business is going to build, because it's not going to if you're stuck in the background, okay? So take initiative and do the essential things that matter towards building your business. Keep track of your numbers. Make sure that you know what your numbers are, especially if you're starting out right now. And you know, you have time at this point to start creating a way of holding on to emails for people or contacts for people, making sure that you have a way of knowing, okay, this is my whole business right here on this spreadsheet, and you know, these are my numbers, and this is how many people purchase this month versus, you know, on this day versus how many purchase next month on that day. And it gives you an idea of where to generate the essentials. So it gives you an idea of what you need to be focusing on when you're keeping track of that. You can't manage it without an idea or a gauge of what's happening in your business. You can't do that unless you are keeping track of your numbers. Take advantage of all the reports that we have in our back office towards the middle of the month, and definitely on the 25th of every month. Make sure that you're going into your back office and looking at the ones that are super close, semi-active, and pull those semi-active reports and see if you can't reach out to those people and get them. Maybe they only need, you know, 10 more points in order to qualify, right? So reach out to those people and keep that type of conversation going. Get to know your team and your customers. Reach out. And I say this especially for anyone that is a senior, associate, or above. Do not, and I repeat, do not be afraid to talk to your downline as far as you want to go. I don't care if they're your level 4. I don't care if they're your level 8. I don't care where they fall. Do not be afraid to talk to them, okay? If one of your downline has a problem with you talking to their associate, then they are the ones hindering their business, okay? It's not you. It's important that we do that if you have somebody that you want to keep a relationship with, because it's important that they have those different types of personalities to feel like they have access to, okay? Maybe, you know, Susie Q, your level 1 is, you know, kind of negative. She's still building her business, but she, you know, she doesn't have time for people, you know? Be that time for them. And if Susie, you know, has a problem with it, then, you know, tell Susie, listen, this is helping you, and it's helping me, and it's helping her. So let's come together and realize that this is all for the better, okay? There should never be any discrepancy when it comes to reaching out to your downline. So make sure that you're doing that and make sure that they have that connection with you. Understand your people's needs and what we can do to help them. Maybe it might be good to let people take the Enneagram test or, like, hey, this is something fun. I just want to see what type of personality you are, because that can better help you as an upline to find out what matters most to them and how you can help them. Maybe they're an organization above everything. Maybe their numbers above everything. Maybe they're kindness and love before everything. Maybe they are let's party before everything. Maybe there's different things that you can do as an upline if you know the type of people that you are, an upline for. So even just asking them, hey, I know you're my level 3. I've seen you posting quite a bit lately. I'm just curious as an upline what I can do to help you. What type of personality do you have? Are you very hands-on? Are you somebody that has to read everything before you do it? There's different types of people, and that will help you better take notes on how to help them and what they will respond to best. That's the best thing you can do as a leader, is to just be there for people how they need you to be. And so I can't stress that enough. Encourage feedback from people. I see a lot of leaders make a mistake of thinking that they are constantly right and that their way is the only way, and that is not the case. So make sure that you are always available to take feedback, and that you're able to say, I'm here to help you. If they, say, I didn't like the way that you posted that, Brittany, or I didn't like the way that you said that, I'm sorry, please explain to me how you would have posted it. I'm curious to know. Maybe, the way that they are thinking, maybe others think that way too. So as a leader, don't take away feedback. Make sure that you're getting a lot of feedback from people, that you're able to take that constructive criticism and work for it, because none of us are perfect. I don't care if you are corporate. I don't care if you're an 8-star, 7-star, 6-star, 5-star, whatever. You're not perfect. And everyone, we all put on our pants the same exact way. So any advice that I have as a 3-star to a 7-star or an 8-star or corporate should be taken just as seriously as, anything. I don't care if it's a brand new customer to this business coming in and telling me how they feel about something. I don't necessarily have to change what I'm doing, but it's good that I'm accepting that feedback, because it shows that I can handle growth and I can handle anything that comes my way. So make sure that you are doing that and taking that feedback. Take advantage of the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok. I'm sure you guys have all seen that being, very new. It's a new way of generating product. Being able to put something, just a little glimpse of a product in your video is huge, because it helps to generate stuff. Just like you're creating content for, that, make sure you're creating content for Facebook and all of that as well. All right. The stories that you are putting up, make sure that you're capturing input on those. And what I mean by type a question out, and they can put like yes or no, or they can vote on it. If you're doing that, you're going to receive input from people that you probably wouldn't realize want the product, okay? So if you are saying, you put like a really cool post and then you put like, are you ready? Yes or no. All they have to do is when they're looking at your story, they click yes, and it comes back to you to let you know that, so-and-so is interested. Every time that, and literally, I'm not kidding you, every time that I post something on there and I put the yes or no option, I at least have 3 people say yes that I didn't realize would have said yes previously. So making sure that you generate that, all it takes is a tap of a button on their end. They don't have to come into your they don't have to come into your Facebook and type out that they are interested and type out that they, yes, I want that product, or, all of that. So it keeps them engaged in a way that they feel comfortable. So they're able to say yes. And it's just a tap of a button, and then you message them. So it's more comfortable for them. So that's a really great way to capture input. Utilize the material that you've created during your organizational time towards your business on those platforms, whether it's a picture, whether it's a TikTok, whether it's LinkedIn, where you're getting to know other professionals and things like that. Make sure that you're putting that stuff out there. Okay, this is where I want to kind of talk about, there's a couple of people that do, a couple of entrepreneurs do things where they have a certain amount of posts that they do on a daily basis or even a weekly basis. Mine particularly, and the numbers that I follow, is 10, 4, and 1. 10 being 10 posts at least a week regarding my life and what I'm doing in my, and just letting them get to know me. Whether it be going for a walk with my boys, whether it be something crazy my husband said, whether it be, my kids and their football, or anything really. I'm trying to make sure that I'm at least, at the bare minimum, posting 10 things a week in regards to that. The 4 that I do is 4 hints towards our product. So it might be, I might have a picture of, we'll say that this is the cream or the wrinkle cream. I'm not going to show it, a huge picture of it, but I will take a picture of it and I might post something like with me using it or something saying, this wrinkle cream is like a lifesaver lately with all the stress from quarantine. And it generates a what are you doing type of a post. It generates the curiosity post is what a lot of people call them. So making sure that you're creating that curiosity and you're not blasting it out there. And then the 1 a week will probably be featuring one of our products in its entirety and just explaining maybe a short sentence about it and how it correlates to my life and what's going on to help me or how it has helped somebody else. So that might be, maybe you guys have different numbers, but like I said, that's mine. I do 10, 4, and 1. That way I'm making sure that I am not overloading them and not making it to where they are not interested because I'm being too salesy. I'm selling myself. First and foremost, I'm selling me. So it's important that we are doing that, okay? Make sure that you network with other business people because you are the product of the company that you keep. So you want to make sure that you are generating and networking. An idea for networking, something that I've done numerous times here in my town when we were not under this crazy life of quarantine, I would take a few business cards and I would look up, you have different boards on Facebook for your county. So going to those different groups that you have in your county and being there as a small business owner, and that's how I present myself. And I let them know the type of products that I have and different things like that. I always generate, like I said, myself first. So I'll bring my business cards And everybody does a table around, and you can pass out your business cards, talk about what you do, why you're there, why you want input on that. So that's a great way of networking. Networking with other people in this business that you have respect for, or people that you feel like their opinion is just, or their personality is just somebody that you can connect with, is huge. So if there is someone in this business that you're like, you know what, I like her vibes, I like how she's doing things, she's really my kind of girl, don't be afraid to reach out to people like that and network with them. And then also look at other, small businesses and help support each other and network that way. I can't tell you how many people that I've gotten that are small business, they own a shop here locally, or they own, an online store, or they own whatever. And then I'm just, talking to them because I want to get to know them as a friend. And then they are promoting my business because of our relationship and our friendship. So networking is huge and can get you so far in the business. Keep up with the growth and the trends of what's happening around you and within your company. And I'm going to say this because it's very, very, very important that we as entrepreneurs are able to accept change and able to accept things that typically we might not think that might work out, okay? Or we might, I can't tell you, I've been with this company for this year, will be 6 years that I've been on board. And I've got to say that this whole time in this whole ride, I've seen nothing but change, but in that has come so much growth. So it's important that we are able to take change and run with it. For instance, a great way to understand that better is we just started accepting PayPal as a way of generating more income, a way of being able to help people to purchase and feel safer. So if somebody has a problem with it in your downline and says I don't feel like this is going to be good for us, my best explanation for that is I feel like it will be, and let me explain it to you in this way. When I'm purchasing off of, social media, say for instance, like the other day, I found a pressure washer gun that I saw on there and I was like, oh, gotta have that, right? Well, I looked on their site as soon as I clicked on it, and if they don't have the option of PayPal, I don't purchase, ever. And if I'm that type of person that is so worried about things being stolen from me, or not receiving my product, and I know that I have a safe escape route through PayPal, then I'm going to feel more comfortable to purchase. So just imagine how many more people are going to purchase from us because they feel like they have that more security blanket, okay? So it's important that we look at things from all different angles before we get upset, before we think change is bad, before we, make things, happen that shouldn't. We have to take a stance and, look at the positive of every situation, because change is growth. You cannot change, you cannot grow without change. Change has to happen. We had to change our system in order to be able to hold more customers. If we didn't have a new system, we wouldn't have all these customers that we have and all these new people we have, okay? So change happens for a reason. It might be frustrating in the beginning, but everything works itself out. So it's important that we don't get overworked up in our business and spend a lot of time investing and complaining, and we invest in the right spaces and in the right mind frame, come back together and realize, like I did with realizing I don't purchase anything without that security blanket of PayPal. So that's huge, okay? That's huge to be able to tell people, and you can purchase with PayPal, right? So huge. Make sure that we are generating that and you guys are putting that out there to your customers. It's also a great way when we have change that comes to be able to follow up with your customers in that way and saying, you know, hey, we just got a new platform for paying. I remember I spoke to you 3 days ago and you were ready. I wanted to let you know about that. And that's going to generate more ways of talking to people too without seeming so needy, right? You're just giving them information that was handed to you. So that's a great way. That, new promotions, new products, things like that are all really great ways of reaching back out to people and following back up with them. So that's huge. Make sure that you guys are generating that change and being able to do that. Learning to take risks in this business is huge. Don't ever count anyone out. Don't ever be afraid to talk to people. Don't ever, hide behind your screen. Use your voice notes that are given to you in your messenger. Make sure that you are creating that, because those of you that might be introverted as by nature, and you really want to build this business because you really love these products, but you're so scared of what people are going to think about you, don't even think about that. Because I guarantee you they're going to get more value out of you when you're talking to them versus what, you might think that they're thinking. And I think that that's the wrong thing in our heads, is we always wonder, what are people thinking about me? Do they like me? Who cares? Who cares, right? And I know you guys have heard that so many times, that what they say doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, how you feel and what you're doing. So, I always tell this story, but when I started this business, I literally was like, this is, I think this is True Fix. What does it do again? I was so scared of standing in front of people. I would shake. I would get I don't know what to say. What if I say too many times? What if they don't like me? And now I've just done it so many times that I don't care, and neither should you. So just make sure that you are able to take those risks. You're able to jump out of your shell, and you're able to, generate those relationships, because there's things that have happened in these last 6 years and things with, relationships that I've built that if I would have never come out of my shell, I would have never been able to do. So make sure that you come out of that shell and you make your presence known, because people really respect that you are able to be that person for them, that they feel like they can lean on, right? Also, make sure that you take breaks whenever you need to. When you're organizing your day around, your kids or, your animals, or I don't know, maybe you're a school teacher and you have to teach kids online, but you also want to work this business. Make sure that you're setting that time aside and you're like, this is the time that I'm going to work on my business, because that is huge, guys. It's entirely huge. And invest in all the right areas. Make sure that, you're taking the time out for your new people that need you. You never know who is going to just take off and become, the next star in the company. They always say in this business that we haven't even brought on the highest earner in this company yet. That's just how new we are. So make sure that you are taking that time and investing in your people, and in yourself first, right? Because they say you have to invest in yourself before you're able to be everything for someone else. So make sure that you're taking that time for you and you really feel strong about being able to help other people, because that's huge. So I want to go through these comments because I have not done that. I know that my stuff was bad as far as the connection, but I'm sorry, guys. Yes, PayPal, my identity and everything, bank account was stolen in February. What a mess. See, and that is something that we have to bring to the table, Eula, too, that we are able to tell people that we have PayPal, which is huge. Love the voice chat and messenger, and most times I have found people really like hearing me speak to them. Exactly, Tab. You form such a relationship with people if you're not using those voice notes. I highly suggest you do. It saves you on time when you're following up, but it also helps people to get to feel you and feel what you're about in that messenger, to where when you go back to talking about your weight loss journey or how these products made you feel, they're able to connect with that on a much deeper level than they would be if, you know, you were just typing it out. It's just insane. The girl that can crush it, I plugged her in and she watches some of these trainings. But she isn't implementing. Okay, any advice? Yes. Like I said in the beginning, there is certain ways that people get to know the business, and there's certain ways that people are attracted to the business. So if you plug them in, there might be certain different ways of plugging her in. She needs to make more money. Okay. I would say the best thing to do in that aspect, Ash, is to have a talk with her in regards to how she feels like she needs more advice, because you can tell her there's a such thing as training-itis, and we all know that. I need more training, I need more of this, I need more of that, I need more of this, when actuality it's putting the pedal to the metal and just doing it, and we know that. And there's only so much that we can give someone. So I would have a conversation, if this were my downline, I would have a conversation with her and just say, hey, listen, I want to be able to help you to the best of my abilities. I plugged you into the trainings that you need, and people are, you know, able to reach out to have access to those. And I've, you know, given you the tools that I know of. What is it exactly that you feel that you need? Because majority of this business comes from the relationships that you create. So like the relationship aspect of everything, the trust level that people are getting, because the money is made in Messenger. And I always refer to that, money made in Messenger, because you have to stay in Messenger and create these relationships before people buy. So we can't have those conversations for her. In the beginning you can. She can drop you in a three-way and you can have those conversations with people, but I would just say the money is made in Messenger, and that's where you're going to generate the highest amount of income. I felt like I can plug you into all my tools, but if you don't use them, it will never work. I told her she has to make friends, and she only grown it. Okay, that's a great tip too. So when they make the friends, I tell them the best way to generate friends, and I've done this with people that started out in this business with only like maybe 20, 30 friends. And the only way that they're going to generate that is by joining friendship groups, continuously posting, making sure that they are, you know, constantly active. And no matter if they have 1 like, 2 like, 4 likes, it doesn't matter the likes, it matters the consistency. And that's something that I always tell them, the consistency is key. I don't care if you have 1 person like it or 75 people like it. You have to have that consistency because that's what's going to make people draw into you. So I would make sure, yeah, you can't stress it enough. The consistency is huge. And I always bring up the fact that when I started this business, Elisa, who is my upline, we had a meeting in my town when I very first started. And I was so excited for my first meeting. And guess who showed up? Me and Elisa. That's it. And I was like so bummed. And I was like, I don't have enough friends. Apparently, I can't do this. And then she's like, but you know what, Brittany, we're going to continue and we're going to do this again next month. And I'm like, really? But we didn't have anybody. We're going to do this next month. And she's like, yep, we're not going to stop. You're going to keep posting about it. We're going to have these people. And then, the next month, 10 people, the next month, 40 people, the next month, 90 people, right? So it's a matter of that consistency. And making sure that I consistently posted about it. And even though it was only me and Elisa showing up, I still showed up. And I showed up for my business, and I showed her that I was there too, which let her know she can count on me for anything and that I'm always going to show up. So that's huge. I believe that's why I've made it so far. I'm consistently clean giving birth. I had a phone in between contractions. ER last night. Yes. Girl, what are you doing in the ER? What is going on? Message me later. But honestly, the consistency we all know is so huge in this business. And that's something that I stress to my new people 100%, because if I would have given up when it was only me and Elisa showing up to that meeting, if she wasn't there to be like, we're doing this again, I probably would have given up. And I wouldn't be staying home living off of an income with True Vision right now because I didn't have anybody show up to my meeting. Wah, right? So, we have to stay consistent with it or we won't get anywhere. And so that's the huge thing. You're welcome, Ada. Does anybody else have any questions? I love being able to give any feedback on any questions that you guys might have. You feel free to unmute yourself or type it in the chat. We have 7-8 more minutes, and I can answer any questions that you might have. But yeah, guys, I hope that you guys got something from that. I know this time is so crazy when it comes to working your business. I'm so out of my normal right now. It's insane. My kids need me more than ever because I'm now teacher Brittany, and I did not sign up for that. But that's what I've become. So mommy is a teacher and also working her business, and my husband is out of a job because of this, which is so crazy. So everybody's at home and everybody needs me, and I'm like, I'm used to my at least 6 hours a day of, level-headedness, just one little baby Dylan needing me, and now everybody needs me. So it's hard to differentiate that. And it's hard to know what to do with your time when everybody is tugging at your tail skirt, right? So that is something that I'm trying to learn too. This has been an awesome session. I am glad I tuned in. I'm an introvert, and you helped me give some good confidence. Support my outlines have been giving me. Awesome. I'm so happy, Tabitha. That's awesome. And my other tab, it says amen. It's definitely crazy, Tab. This is insane. I didn't sign up for this at all. But it's, we're doing it. We're doing it, and it'll be okay. We'll get through it. But yeah, thank you all for hopping on. If anything, to get a breather away from, what the craziness that's going on in our world. It's good that we all have each other to be able to connect to and to be able to come back and ground ourselves again and realize that's huge. You're welcome, Melanie. All right, you guys, if you don't have any other questions, I'll give it, a few more minutes. And otherwise, Erica, don't forget corporate overview. Yep, that is tonight. It's actually 10 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time should be 10 p.m. Wait, 7, no, 9 o'clock. So right now. Yeah, so go ahead and hop off of this if you want to join corporate thing and listen to Dave Brown. He's amazing and somebody that I just trust with everything. So I hope you guys have a really great night. Thank you for joining, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. Well,